window steaming begin. It takes about an hour to actually boil the water. As you can see, all the steam, if I do this during really cold weather, that it will make ice all over the inside of the house. So my cleaning is behind. Anybody that has an RV sink that's really tiny, I do, and I bought one of these collapsible colander kind of things, and it works perfect. It fits right inside of the sink perfectly. One thing that I've learned from off-grid living is that things that used to bother me, unclean things, they tend to fall by the wayside. I wouldn't be able to stand the least bit of dirt on the floor. Now it's just kind of one of those things that you know that certain times of the year, like right now when it's muddy and yucky, that you just wear slippers. Same thing with the wood stove. It makes mess that I never would have probably tolerated in the past, but being in a off-grid situation, your standards change, really change. Another thing that my standards have dropped on is how I look. I dress for comfort now. I don't see all that many people except for when I go to town, and I'm sure that I give them a good laugh sometimes when I go in and I have charcoal across my face from the wood stove or, you know, wood ash. Make believe that I am one of those perfect online YouTubers, because I'm not. I combed my hair today. That's a step up. That's just for you. I am a pro house cleaner, but I'm also a pro painter. I'm a pro gardener. Plus, off-grid life really takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. I'm going to be concentrating on things like the garden soon. I'll show you also my outdoor bath area and how I constructed that. Collecting wood. My days are going to be, you know, a survival kind of channel as well, because that's what you do when you live off-grid. You have a lot more chores, a lot more to do. But I think these are life skills that are really important, because most people don't really know how to camp long term, I guess you could say. We never know what's going to happen in the world. I hope nothing happens, but I feel like I'm sort of fairly well prepared in case. And I have lots of learning yet to do. This is my first winter off-grid. I've lived in an RV now for 4 years. Maybe it's even going on 5. I don't know, it's been a while. I used to have a big house, 5-bedroom house. I got hurt at work. Still suffer chronic pain because of it. I've been trying to survive ever since. I ended up spending 3 years or so working on my house to improve its value. Sold it when the yucky times of lockdown happened, and ended up not being able to find a home. I started to look at alternative ways of living and ended up finding an RV that I thought we would love. I had my daughter still at home at that time. She was a teen. So we moved into a trailer park and lived in an RV with hookups. And that was for 3 years. Then we moved to an area that was a little bit more roomy. And it didn't work out 100%. Daughter ended up moving out at that point in time. She moved out to spread her wings. She graduated and everything, so she spread her wings, and I ended up moving off-grid, which was something that I always kind of wanted to challenge myself with. I did have to sell some things along the way in order to survive, because the proceeds from my house only lasted so long, and I ended up selling my first RV because it really was not an ideal one. The new ones were, sometimes they're not built as well as the older ones, in my opinion. So I got an older one and renovated it, and this is the one that we're in now. I added a wood stove after having a winter of very cold temperatures, thinking that that would improve things, and it certainly has. So my mini grizzly wood stove has been just a blessing. I'm going to be better prepared next winter with more wood. I gotta say that. And if you want to see the full renovation that I did on the unit that I live in currently, you can take a little tour and see what I did. Click the link down in the description if you want to see more of that. It's been really a busy few years. When I first got here last May into this off-grid situation, there wasn't, nothing. I didn't have a garden. I started that, and that was really time consuming and a lot of digging. I had to get soil brought in, and then I started on other projects like the structure that I built for Dakota for his home and to protect the propane from cold weather because I had learned from the past. I also built a woodshed and also the outside bathtub area. So there's been a lot of construction. Last year was crazy for me. That's why I barely posted anything. It's been an experience. Do I think I'm going to do this for the rest of my life? I'm not sure, because physically it's a lot of work. Yeah, I don't know whether or not I want to live back in society again, though. Regular, everyday city life is just not for me. I actually really have a hard time going to town to get stuff. I really prefer, I don't know, the peace and tranquility, fresh air. So that's kind of how I ended up here. I'm just curious, have you ever wanted to live off-grid? Have you ever wanted to try it? Do you think that you would be able to survive those changes in your life? Yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you've ever done off-grid living. I'm sure some of you have, and perhaps you have things that you can share with me to make my life easier. You look so sweet. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You're beautiful. Are you handsome? Yeah. Oh, are you cold? No? Are you? No. You're tired? Huh? Oh, yeah? He loves you. I'm gonna shovel, okay? I love you. I love you. You're not hungry. I fed you and you buried it all.